Crazy, huh?
So crazy.
You ever thought you'd be doing this?
No.
And there's a wow.
Temperature has dropped dramatically.
That was what I expected to feel like up north, but to have it right here at the Mexico border, pretty shabby.
Hey there, I'm Kelsey, that's Tim, and this is the story of our adventure. Life is fleeting, and we want to squeeze every bit out of it. We are wandering the world, so home is a bit of a moving target for us. We love finding the random, the remote, and sharing it all with you. So subscribe to get lost with us and hopefully find some inspiration to go after your own dreams.
Good morning. Right where you left me. I had a good night's sleep, but at about 4:30 this morning, look outside. It's raining. The one day that it's raining is the day that we want to leave. So hopefully it lets up. Obviously we're going to ride in the rain no matter what on this trip. I'm sure we'll be getting wet and we have rain jackets and stuff, but it would be nice not to start in the rain. So hopefully it lets up, but we'll see. For now, I'm going to enjoy some coffee, wake up, and wait for the rain to stop.
Well, it continued to pour for another hour or so while we waited, keeping an eye on the weather radar to see where the storm was going. And eventually, we decided we had a good gap and we should take it. So we loaded up and threw our legs over the bike for the first time. This trip had officially begun.
Hope the first mile begins. We'll see if we turn around or not. Lead the way.
Now, although it may look cold, it was still over 90 degrees, and thanks to the rain, it was now also humid. So we were sweating and thankful to have a cloudy day to take the edge off.
This feels good.
Airflow. My sleeves being open feels good.
Alright, so we are off, and it's a little bit rainy, but we decided to go for it anyway, so.
Yeah. You can't wait for weather.
It's a little bit cooler too, which is quite nice, although it's really humid, so I'm still sweating a lot.
Yeah, but compared to 108 2 days ago, 105 yesterday, this is lovely. So as long as we keep moving, we're good.
Good.
And hopefully we avoid any major rains, but we'll see how it goes. Road's pretty dry, and first mile of many thousands. Watch out for the big puddles as we head south. Crazy, huh?
So crazy.
You ever thought you'd be doing this?
No. I dreamed I would, but I never thought I'd actually do it.
It really did feel like an out-of-body experience for me. I didn't even own the bike I was sitting on 5 days ago. I had ridden it a total of maybe 150 miles. I had never done a road trip on a motorcycle. I had never ridden in the rain, never been on a twisty road. Everything was new, everything was learning, and although I will admit it was all a bit intimidating, I was loving it. Well, we were on the road, and so far, still dry, which was pretty lucky considering we were seemingly catching the big angry cloud ahead of us, while also running from the looming storm right behind us. The cameras don't capture the ominous wall of a storm in front of us or behind. It just looks like a lightly cloudy day. But literally, just as we reached the edge of the storm and started to get sprinkled on, we turned south, and it seemed as if we had escaped. We might just get lucky and skirt the storm. Yet again. As soon as we turned south, we were on a smaller road, and with the rain all around, it not only cooled it off, but wow, was it so pretty. And I don't know if you have ever experienced rain in the desert, but my goodness, does it smell good. It is one of my very favorite things. I love that on a motorcycle you feel so much more a part of the experience. The temperature, the smells, you're in it. You can't escape it. And although sometimes that's tough, it's an amazing, immersive experience that more than any other mode of travel I've done, it just sucks you in.
So I gotta say, we've been using the Cardo systems, and all the way up here we're listening to music, and it is next level to be able to listen to music, and it's in the background, so it doesn't feel like unsafe. But man, is it cool to be able to listen to music, and then also whenever you want, just talk to Tim, or it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been really nice. And these headphones, whatever they are, I can't remember the name, but good. They're really good, and I'm loving that they act like earplugs. So even if I'm not listening to music, it helps tone down the noise, which I know from motorcycle trips of the past. I'd get home, and for a few weeks, my hearing wasn't quite as good. Not good to do hearing damage, especially the older you get, the more you actually care about that. And it's so nice to have all the sound cut off unless I want music or unless I'm talking to Kelsey.
We decided to take a break and check on the storm, since our phones had been going off with storm warnings the whole ride, and we had almost caught the looming cloud ahead.
What you doing?
Good.
Good.
First gas stop, but we don't really need gas, so.
We filled up the tanks and then deliberated some more. Should we go? Should we wait? Eventually, we decided to push our luck and keep moving forward. So once again, we swung our legs over our motorcycles and hit the road. Well, we ended up getting a few sprinkles, but mostly the road was wet, which made for some soggy boots and pants. But by the time we hit Tombstone, we were pretty much dry, and because neither of us was super keen to stop in Tombstone, we rolled right through town.
Oh, good Lord, there's a shootout going on, honey.
And then we decided why not push our luck some more, so we continued on. And a few minutes later, we found the weather we had been chasing. The storm our phones had been warning us of continually. Our luck had run out. So we decided Tombstone sounded pretty good.
Tombstone's a lot like Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland. They have a Wild West town. It's mostly made up. Yes, real history happened there, but almost none of the buildings are original. And, that's their livelihood. I respect that.
Oh, it's lightning.
Yeah, that sky wasn't looking too friendly. Tombstone does have some real history, but mostly it just feels like Disneyland for out-of-town tourists, which makes for some good people watching.
Alright, we pulled over because it was quite a black, ominous cloud up ahead of us.
Yeah, don't mind getting wet, but when we looked at the clouds ahead, it was one of those drenchers, and it's like,
we're in no hurry.
Why don't we hang out?
So we stopped in Tombstone, that's where we're at right now, and we're just kind of hanging out, checking on the weather, and deciding what we want to do. But right now, it's a pretty pleasant place to sit, so.
Yeah, not a bad spot.
Not bad.
And we're watching the entire storm system move past Bisbee, which is where we're headed.
The wind is starting to pick up quite a bit.
Head down there, yeah.
You
it might get a little stormy here, too.
Out there, how dark it is.
Now, Tim and I aren't good at waiting around, so after about 30 minutes of sitting here, we came to the conclusion that our destination wasn't too far and we were okay getting wet. So, on we went.
Alright, our by beautiful Tombstone that I want to keep calling Bisbee for whatever reason.
Beautiful something or other. Whoa. Gonna get good at my high leg kicks.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm very close to you.
That's good. Here goes nothing.
Yeah. Wish us luck.
Water can't hurt you, Tim. Well, it hurts. I'm so cold.
It's beautiful right now. I don't know about what it will look like up ahead, though.
We got the sun down on us. Life is good. And the wall of black sky ahead of us. We made the choice to head on into Bisbee. It's only 20 miles, but it's going to be a wet 20 miles, and we know it. And lightweight. Get the radar, keep going. And thinking, it's no big deal to be wet on a motorcycle. It's not. But day one, and we have no way to dry anything, so we were doing a really good job of dodging it. And it's kind of fun. Gives you something to do when you're on a motorcycle trip. Make different turns and go different places, avoid storms. We rode the bikes from Phoenix to Tucson, which is not so fun. So now to be able to be going down the road and actually feel cool is kind of mind-blowing. And then Bisbee's another 1,000 feet above Stone, I think. It's chilly, which is just a mind-blowing thing when it's early September in Arizona, or I should say desert Arizona.
So far, it's been a really nice ride. And hey, we might get lucky.
I like your optimism. You know, it's funny. We've done so much traveling the last 6 years. This feels completely different. You know,
yeah,
it's like a reset for us, I think, in terms of just the interest. It's a totally new thing. Still traveling, so new that it all feels fresh again.
Yeah, especially for me because I've never done anything like this. So not only is it a new style of travel like we've been doing, but to me, completely new.
And it's so cool seeing you operate your own motorcycle and do so well. And tomorrow and the next day, up on those twisties, assuming they're dry, is going to be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. Hey, it looks better than it did last time.
It does a bit, it does. Maybe that's our window. So there's the rain to my left that we saw when we turned around. And then over to the right, I see a little, so there's our gap. And there's a lot of lightning. Wow. So cool. Well, so far, I'm just feeling mist. No real rain. The car's going the other way, spray us a little, but not too bad so far.
Not looking too good ahead, though, I have to say.
Yeah, I concur.
12 seconds later.
Temperature has dropped dramatically.
Feels great though, huh?
Yeah, it's really nice.
That was what I expected to feel like up north, but to have it right here at the Mexico border, too shabby.
I just moved my leg and realized how wet my jeans are.
I bet. Quite a bit of water on the road now. Really see my directions, but if I could, 2.7 miles, so we got, just under 2 miles to our turnoff, so.
Cool.
Well, we made it to our friend's house right as the sky opened up, which I somehow recorded in a time lapse.
Okay, well, it turns out we made it just in the nick of time, and now it is raining much harder. So, we decided instead of riding, we're just gonna, the restaurant that we see online is very close, so we're just gonna walk in the rain and go have some food. We're gonna try, we'll see if it's open, Vietnamese. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look really good. Good reviews and stuff. And Bisbee is so interesting. Like, look at that garage right there. Bisbee.
All right, we made it to our friend's house, which is amazing. It's so nice to be able to stay here. So we literally made it.
As we were unloading our
It
bags, it
started
started dumping.
Yeah.
And so we got inside. It's been dumping since. We walked and got Vietnamese food right down the street at Dewey's.
Yep. And the bikes are, I don't know if you can see them, just right down there. So they're happy out there. A little damp, but that's okay. So we're just gonna hang out, have a beer, relax, and we'll see you in the morning. Hopefully there's not as much rain tomorrow.
Yeah. Fingers crossed I think tomorrow's milder.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah. So we'll see you then. We're walking in the rain and singing, kind of.